Hey everybody, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, that website address, if you don't already know what it is, it's www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com. It's been a long time since I've done a podcast or a video or anything of that matter. It's been the holiday season, so I've been gone for 2 weeks. I've been gone for over 2 weeks, actually, and it feels like an eternity for me and for those of you who are used to the continuous content coming out. But I went to visit my in-laws, spent some time with family, traveled to Arizona, went to Mexico. So it was a much-needed time off, but I'm really glad and really excited to be back for 2014. There's a lot of interesting things and exciting things that are going to be happening in 2014 for clinical trials, for business in general. Some of you guys follow me on my other blogs. But this one, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you for your patience. Subscribe to the website. Go to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. It is absolutely free, 100% free. You get email updates, and I do not spam. In fact, I send an email maybe every other week or every third week. I hate getting email updates all the time from different places that I subscribe to. So I think one every other week is a good amount of emails. This blog post / podcast, I will send an email out to everyone else because I think it's important. And there's 2 viewer questions that are going to take up the majority of this podcast. First of all, before I even get started, the Clinical Trial Guru DVD giveaway, for those of you guys who participated, it was a success. I completely ran out of my orders. Luckily, they're now available for purchase again on the website. Both DVDs, Introduction to Clinical Research, as well as How to Get More Studies for Your Research Company. They are available. There are many more now. The giveaway is over, but stay tuned. Several times a year, maybe once or twice a year, I do these giveaways where I'll just give out the DVDs for free. I'll send you a DVD with a handwritten note if you do certain things. And this year's was a success. I had people do things on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, using the hashtag #ClinicalTrialsGuru, Pinterest. A lot of people were using Pinterest, especially the female viewers. So thank you guys all who participated. I hope you enjoy your DVDs, and now they are back for sale. The giveaway is over, but it was so successful I might do it again sometime this year, but it's not going to be for a while because I just finished one. So it's probably going to be towards the end of the year, maybe around the holidays. Anyways, keep sending in your viewer questions. I'll keep it completely anonymous. Okay. So I'm gonna get the easy question out of the way. I'm gonna spend the majority of this podcast and this video on 2 questions I received. One is going to be a quick answer, and the other one's going to take up the bulk of the time. But it's very interesting. So the first one, let's get the easy one out of the way. It says, "Hi Dan, I'm looking for a career in as a clinical research associate. I'm interested in getting more videos on the jobs and responsibilities of this profession, like source data verification, raising queries, resolution of the queries, etc. Also, can I have an email notifications on any new uploads?" So if you want an email notification on uploads, because I'm on so many platforms, like I'm on iTunes, I'm on Stitcher, I'm on YouTube, and of course I have the blog. The best way is to subscribe to the blog. It's free, like I mentioned before. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel. So just go to YouTube and search for Dan Sfera. It's Dan, and then my last name, S like Sam, F like Frank, E-R-A. You could probably also search for Clinical Trials Guru on YouTube, and you'll come across my channel. Subscribe there, because you'll get notified every time I upload a video. And I put every single piece of content, unless it's written, but I'll put every single piece of content on YouTube, even if it's meant to be a podcast like this one, this particular blog post is meant to be a podcast because it's going to be pretty long. It's going to be about 20 to 30 minutes, maybe even longer. But I still put out the videos for what's intended to be a podcast because YouTube has become the second largest search engine right after Google itself. And for those of you who may not know, YouTube is owned by Google. So I figure I might as well, yes, this particular piece of content that I'm shooting now is meant to be podcast audio only, but I'm going to put it on YouTube because people search for my stuff there, and on the blog, you're going to be able to watch the video or listen to the audio, whatever you want. Some people prefer video, some people prefer audio. I don't really care. I just want to get found. I want to get the message out there. So that's what I would do if I was you. Thank you for asking the question. Now let's get to the main question. And it's going to take the majority of the blog post. So I'll just go on and read it. It's a long question, but bear with me because I think it's a topic that we actually need to discuss more in this industry, okay? So it says, "Hi Dan, first off, I want to apologize. This is going to be a bit long-winded, but I am hoping you might be able to give me some insight or advice or maybe elaborate on one of your podcasts. So for those of you who want some background, a few months ago I did a podcast on research clinic owners and how the majority of them are run by people who want to get rich, and there's nothing wrong with that. But so go on my blog and search for research clinic owners want to get rich. You can listen to it. It's like 45 minutes. So I go back to the question. Since I am apparently not the only one out there dealing with this issue, I have worked in research for 3 years now and love it. I majored in business and fell into research at my last organization." Sneeze there, sorry. "I majored in business and fell into research at my last organization. The organization's leadership was clearly very passionate about research and the service and value they were able to offer to patients. They were able to inspire most of their employees to go above and beyond, which basically they had a 24-hour policy that included coordinators being on a call, happily randomizing patients on Thanksgiving, Christmas, at 3 a.m., and were therefore incredibly successful. Anyway, about a year ago, I had to relocate and found a job as a recruitment specialist for a small research organization in Virginia. Ever since I started, I have sensed the lack of vision and purpose driving the organization. As a recruitment specialist, I approached the CEO, research director, early on about the goals and visions for the company. I felt like as a recruiter, I needed to have an understanding of where we're going and what would be expected of me. And exactly as your podcast, which I have listened to at least 3 times, thank you by the way, addresses, the response was to get more studies. So that's the long-term vision for the company. I have never quite been satisfied by that answer, but I also haven't exactly been in a position of authority to address it. I have a pretty good relationship with my boss, and so I've had a few opportunities to express ideas and suggestions for how some of our business processes could be more streamlined and organized, ideas I have for how we can grow and see more patients, and the boss has been open and receptive. Recently, there has been some turnover in the organizations, some rumors running, and general disorganization and discontent. My boss called me up last week very upset about being blindsided by some of these events and asked me for help. They want people to be happy with the company. They want the company to grow, and they don't understand why this keeps happening. I believe that my boss is sincere, so essentially I have been invited to give some feedback. The problem is this is a slippery slope. While I don't have a master's in business administration, I have a business background and I'm pretty analytical and logical. In addition, I got my start working with a management team that was incredibly passionate about research. which in turn, it gave me that drive to go above and beyond. So I know that to be successful, an organization needs to have, or at least to articulate to its employees, a vision that includes more substance than just to make more money for the business owners. That is true. So in this case, they can continue to drive nice sports cars and fly in their personal jets to their box suites at college football games. They're making really good money if that's the case. I don't have a personal jet. I'm a little upset. So it's going to be hard for them to inspire their coordinators to work harder if they don't perceive a purpose greater than making more money. Sure, you will always get employees who just want to show up and collect a paycheck and go home. But for a business that is looking to grow and succeed, you will need inspired and motivated employees to drive growth. So my question is, can you elaborate at all on your podcast that addresses the organization that doesn't have a true vision, besides for the boss to get rich? When my boss opened the door to feedback, how do I express this in a way that, one, they don't get offended, because I'm basically going to tell them that their leadership is poor, and two, that gives them something to work with? Or in the alternative, how do I get them to promote me to COO and give me authority to do these things myself? Anyway, I'm sorry for the long letter, but it's a complex issue. I follow your blog and podcast and could really use some advice and feedback. I know that I can always leave the company and seek employment elsewhere, but I do like my boss and see an incredible amount of potential for myself within the company if it's successful. I think we can make a powerful management leadership team. My boss does have a lot of strengths and qualities that are good. I appreciate any feedback you're able to give and continue to look forward to your posts and insights. So this one is very much related to my last podcast on this topic on research clinics just want to get rich. And I guess what it boils down to is, in this case, it sounds like the company is, because they want to get rich, they are looking to grow the company. The question I got last time that inspired the first blog post, which you listened to 3 times, seemed to have been from a clinic who did not really want to grow that much. They just wanted to be very profitable and make money for the owners, but they did not want to grow necessarily. They just wanted to continue doing what they were doing, being very profitable. In your case, it sounds like management and the company wants to grow, wants to be more successful. In that case, they're going to need, like you said in your email, they're going to need motivated employees to kind of strive for the bigger picture. Yes, the owners are going to get rich if they accomplish these things, and employees are going to understand that, and they're not going to mind if there is a bigger picture there. So I don't know what kind of studies you guys do, but you do need to reach for some kind of a bigger picture, and you need to have your boss communicate this better to the employees and to the community at large. I mean, it's all part of marketing. Marketing is the same whether it's you're marketing to customers or you're marketing to your own employees or you're marketing to get and to acquire more talent, better talent. If they really want to grow, which it sounds like they do, they're going to have to do a better job of communicating their vision and their goals. And you told me something about the fact that you are very analytical. And I think if you can provide something to your boss, showing them, and I know you probably don't have access to the numbers, but let's say you talk to her or him, I don't know if it's a he or a she, talk to your boss and show them where you are now as far as how many studies you have. And I don't know if they want to expand to other geographic areas or if they just want to make their own research clinic bigger. And I don't know what kind of studies you do. I don't know if you're looking or if they're looking to get into different type of studies or if you're just doing studies for diabetes or for oncology. you need to find and you need to kind of figure out, and I'm sure the owners know what they want to do. So you want to be able to establish what the end goal is and where you are. As an example, let's say you guys are only doing studies for diabetes right now, and you're trying to grow into other therapeutic areas like oncology or even phase 1 healthy volunteer studies. So you don't necessarily want to expand to other geographic locations, but you want to expand your product pipeline, which is the type of studies you do and getting more of them. Or maybe you want to get more sleep studies, or maybe you want to get studies in psychiatry for depression, for bipolar, anxiety, whatever it may be. Figure out what the owners want, what your boss wants, where you guys are currently at, and explain to him and her exactly how it is you're going to get there. And you told me you're an analytical type of person, so come up with some projections. Say, look, if we get this many more staff members, we can start doing these type of studies. Or if we can recruit these type of physicians, we can start doing these kind of trials. That's something that I would sit down with the boss and talk to them about. Now, as far as communicating, once you found out exactly, and I mean exactly what it is that the vision is for the company, outside of making money, okay, that's obvious, but what is the vision for the company other than making money? Is it to grow, or is it to continue doing the same kind of studies that you are doing, but just being the best in your region at that, or the best in your city at that, or the best in your state at that, or the best in the country at doing those kind of studies? Find out exactly what it is that the company is trying to attain and put yourself in a position. Make your boss understand that the only way they're going to get there is if they communicate this to employees, current employees, and future employees, so that you guys can start attracting and retaining the best possible talent there is as far as human resources. And guess what? By effectively communicating your message that way, you're also going to be recruiting the best physicians to work for you, who you can use as PIs, and you're going to be recruiting the most study participants. So it's going to take marketing, it's going to take your analytical strengths, it's going to take clear communication of where the company currently is and where they need to get to and how they're going to get there, and how every single person within that company is going to be playing a huge role in making sure that happens. And that's something I would do if I was at a clinic like that. Find the goal, work towards the goal, and make every single employee accountable for what it is they're going to have to do to make this goal or this vision a reality. And a lot of it is going to come down to storytelling. And sometimes companies need to just come up with better stories to tell employees and their customers. And in this case, the customers are the study participants, and the drug companies or the CROs. Come up with something some goal and it could be a huge goal, like a stretch goal. One of my goals is to own the Clippers. That's a stretch goal. But I know that by having such a big goal, I'm setting huge expectations for myself. And I know that I can't take it easy, and I'm going to have to keep pushing and keep striving for that goal. You almost set the bar super high, almost unattainable status, to where you know that as long as you keep striving for that goal, you're actually going to do very well in life or in the existence of the company. I hope that doesn't sound too cheesy. Now, when you're going to sit down with your boss and have this talk, you're going to need to be real with him or her about what the current issues facing the company are. Everything you basically told me, you got to outline them, and you got to tell them, look, we have employees who are not happy. They're not willing to give it their all because this company lacks a clear vision. Help me create a vision for us, hand in hand with you. If you don't want to promote me just yet, you don't have to. I'll do this in my I'll do this in addition to my other duties. And give me 3 months, and if it doesn't work, I'll go back to doing what I was doing. But I guarantee you it will work, because I'm going to find the best way to most effectively communicate this vision to our staff. And if you're going to need help with that, let me know, because that's the kind of things that I do. I have a consulting business specifically for issues like this, but I think you can even do this without me. So find a vision, a goal for your company, make it a big goal, okay, and then create a roadmap for how to get there. Have short-term goals and have long-term goals. And how are the short-term goals allowing you to achieve your long-term results for the company? Of course, the owners are going to get super rich if it's successful, but so are you, and so is all the other employees. You guys are all going to be successful. The study participants are going to get really good service out of all this. They're going to have the best, or one of the best, research clinics to be participating in studies at. Everybody wins. This is a win-win situation for all stakeholders. You have to find a vision, you have to find a goal, clearly communicate it, and then use your analytical skills to make projections and make realistic projections for how you're going to get there and exactly what you're going to do. Are you going to add more studies? Are you going to increase the type of studies that you do? Are you going to increase the locations that you guys have? What is it you're going to do? Have a huge goal, have an ambitious goal, make it understood that you guys are trying to be the best or the premier research clinic in your town, in your state, in your region, in the country. I don't know where you work now, so I have no way of answering this, but come up with an audacious goal and have short-term goals, and make sure every employee is fully aware of the goals of the company, and make sure that they're all fully aware that they are responsible for contributing to this goal. And if they don't want to be a part of this, they can go somewhere else. Guarantee you, employees are going to get more motivated, and you will start attracting some of the best talent. And it's going to come down to storytelling and marketing, and then you using your analytical skills to come up with a roadmap for how to do this. And I really hope you get your promotion. Thank you for the question. I hope the answer is good. If not, email me and we can discuss privately. I can consult for you guys on this, should you choose to do this or should you need some help. I would be very happy to do that. Just email me, dan@theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Anyways, I want to give a shout out to all my Clinical Trial Guru producers, and I'm still accepting more. It's $99 for a lifetime membership. It is Sarah Elizabeth Siegler, Resolve Research Solutions, Accurate Clinical Trials, Erdhart Clinical Trials, PTNR, Patrick Stone, Darshan Kulkarni, Biopharm Systems, Zymewire, Mozio, South Coast Clinical Trials, Breakthrough Clinical Trials, St. Paul Medical Research Center, Investigators Research Group, and Phlebotomy Services. And if you're interested in being a Clinical Trial Guru producer, it's a $99 for life fee. Alright, thank you guys. Keep the questions coming. Hopefully I answered your question. It's a tough one, but I did my best, and I really believe in what I said. It's not BS. Marketing and storytelling and having huge goals are very important for keeping drug companies interested in what you're doing, the customers, which are the study participants, interested in what you're doing, and employees motivated and happy, and attracting the best talent and retaining the talent that you attract. Hopefully this helps. Dan@theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you for listening, watching, and stay tuned for more. Bye-bye.